Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the News Daily. Everton today have been linked with moves for William Carvalho and Gelson Martins, both playing for Sporting Lisbon at the moment. Marco Silva has worked with Carvalho before. That story seems to have some legs. Marcel Brands has links to Gelson Martins as well. Marco Silva apparently identifying those two. At the moment, the Carvalho one looks like it's got more legs than the Martins one, but who knows? What is clear is that Everton are trying to get players out before they can bring players in. But Marco Silva has flown home to Portugal this weekend to see family members. So who knows? He might just arrive in a cafe in Portugal somewhere in Lisbon, maybe at the same time as Carvalho. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see on that, but obviously both would be good signings for Everton this summer. But like I said, obviously Everton's trying to move players out first because the wage bill needs trimming before we really bring anybody else in. We are up to capacity there. 38 professionals, of course, on Everton's books, so that wage bill needs trimming, but they will be two welcome additions, I am sure, for Marco Silva. Marco Silva has also spoke about Leighton Baines and said he's a fantastic player with still a lot to offer, but did say that Everton would be in the market for a left back. He's going to look internally first. That means there's potentially an opportunity for the likes of Anthony Robinson and Brendan Galloway. However, I feel as though Everton will move in the market for a left back to back up Leighton Baines as we go forward in the season. One player who has been around the first team who Everton have confirmed is definitely leaving is Joel Robles. He will leave when his contract expires at the end of June. He's out of contract. He's been a decent keeper for Everton. He was a really, really good number two. He should have been number one, in my opinion, for a lot longer than he was. But obviously Jordan Pickford has come in and he's a different level. So we wish Joel all the best. It looks as though he's going to move to Toffee, so fair play to him. Hopefully he will have a really good career. The time is right for Joel to become a number one and play more football. Seamus Coleman has been speaking about the challenge that faces the current Everton squad under Marco Silva. Coleman has said that Silva will rightly want to bring in his own people. He'll want to get players out and put his own stamp on the club. Seamus didn't seem to have any problem with that. He said that he feels a bit disappointed that it shouldn't take a new manager to get a bit more out of the players. They should have that desire themselves. But interesting times ahead. He said it's going to be exciting, and he spoke to David Mailer, who was with Marco Silva at Hull and has been told really good things about the new manager. So interesting times ahead, and we'll have to see just how good Marco Silva's man management is, and him and Brands obviously trying to clear the decks, but Coleman is not one who we need to worry about. We know his attitude is fabulous. In fact, make him the new captain this season. I love Jags, but Seamus should be the captain, so make him the captain this season, please, Marco and Marcel. We spoke about Wayne Rooney in the headlines. Wayne Rooney today has been spotted in Belfast. He posed for pictures outside the US consulate. Now there's a story saying that he's there to get his visa sorted to complete his move to DC United. Obviously DC can't confirm the signing, or he can't complete the signing until July the 10th when MLS window opens again. But it does look as though Wayne Rooney is probably going to leave Everton this summer. Marcel Brands and Marco Silva seem to confirm that point really at their press conference the other day. I'll be sad to see Wayne go, but I understand, you know, why Marco Silva and Marcel Brands would want to move him on, as well as the club, you know, in terms of how much wages he's on. But I thought Wayne had a good season last season, but obviously against the top sides, he hasn't got the legs. But they did say the other day that there would be a place for him to return as a coach in future, and I personally think that will be the right thing for Everton to do. Get that knowledge and experience back into the club and into our younger players. So we'll have to see what happens with that, but it does look as though Wayne Rooney will be leaving Everton Football Club this summer. And one final story, Duncan Ferguson, fearsome Duncan. Lovely fella, met him lots of times. Blues love him, part of the coaching staff. But there's a side to him that is quite fearsome, and apparently it's if you tell him what food to eat. Italian fitness coach Stefano, I'm going to forget his second name, I'm just calling him Stefano, apparently had a little pop at Duncan when he was a player, saying that he shouldn't be eating the food he was eating. Duncan politely told him to leave him alone. Stefano apparently carried on, resulting in Duncan picking the table up in the canteen and launching it at Stefano and then getting on top of him and terrifying him, I think it's fair to say. And that report has come from Paddy Boyle, who was a young player at the time at Everton. So don't mess with Duncan's food. Do not tell him what to eat. There you go. If you haven't given us a subscribe, please do so. It only takes a second. And check out all the rest of the videos. If you want more videos, get over to Patreon. Lots of unseen stuff on there. Join us on Patreon. And otherwise, have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next week on Toffee TV.